Yo, 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 what's good, Karma Nation? It's your boy Tristan, aka Sriracha DFS, back once again with DFS Karma. Welcome to another episode of NBA DFS DraftKings Picks for Wednesday, December 15th, 2021, powered by DFS Karma and DraftKings themselves, where I do a very breakdown of the slate, give you guys the top plays from each team. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more daily media content and live streams like this one. Also, make sure you're in our free chat room where we discuss things DFS 24/7 along with sports betting and props. Yeah, we have 11 games, so let's go ahead and get to it. Links are down in the description below if you guys are interested. But yeah, we got 11 games, so we should probably get to that right away. Before I actually get to that, sorry. The cover boy has been going off for 4 games before this slate. Cam Johnson definitely let us down tonight. Even in the OT, he didn't go for the 25-30 that I was expecting. I do believe he had like 20 something, maybe low 20s in fantasy points. Definitely could have been up there a ton more, but he didn't kill you. Definitely didn't kill you, but there was better value out there after the KD news broke. And no way I could predict that. So, but yeah, Cam Johnson, not so bad, but we're going to restart this streak today. So pay attention to that cover boy on the thumbnail of this video. But yeah, let's get right to it. Houston at Cleveland, first game on the slate. We have Christian Wood questionable, Kevin Porter Jr. out, John Wall out, Eric Gordon out, Jalen Green out, and Daniel House still out. So last time Eric Gordon was out, Armani Brooks was benched and went off. I believe he's going to start today because there's no way that Silas is making that mistake again after seeing how awful DJ played, or the DJ Augustine played in the starting spot. Something to note, Armani Brooks did leave the game last game with the calf injury. He came back, but I don't think he was playing well, so he didn't play the last couple minutes. Christian Wood news is huge here. That's mainly one of their only bigs. If he sits, you're going to see a ton of Tice. You're going to see a ton of Daniel Tice. You're going to see a good amount of Şengün, and then who's the last guy? Garuba might even see some minutes, but it's going to be those two guys mainly if Christian Wood does sit. And Cleveland's a tough matchup here, so I'm probably not going to be targeting these guys. Armani Brooks at 5.5K against Cleveland. I'll probably stay out of that. But yeah, you're going to want this Christian Wood news. On the other side, we got Colin Sexton out, and that's mainly it. Jarrett Allen, very good matchup here, 8.3K. This game stays close. I do like him here. Evan Mobley, I think he was questionable, right? Yeah, I saw him questionable, and the DK hasn't updated it yet. So if Mobley ends up sitting, all the Jarrett Allen, I'm smashing that. Lauri Markkanen, if Evan Mobley sits, I love that price. Kevin Love is even interesting too because he's going to be getting a little bit more backup run. At 4.8K. Either him or Cedi Osman, I think, is a good GPP play tomorrow. I don't think they're gonna be owned that high, especially on an 11-game slate. So one of these two guys, I do believe, will go off tomorrow. Besides that, yeah, we covered everything. I mean, Darius Garland, you know what you're gonna get out of him. 7.9K. He's gonna give you 35 to 40 most likely. And this matchup is beautiful for him. But remember, there's a little bit of a blowout risk, seeing that Cleveland has gone up against teams like Sacramento by like 30 at one point, even though Sacramento did come back to bring it around 15 or something like that. Houston's missing a ton of people, and if they're missing Christian Wood as well, one of their main guys, I feel like it's going to be tough to keep that game close. Atlanta at Orlando, next game on the slate. On the Atlanta side, we have Bogdanovich still out. DeAndre Hunter still out. I think Okongwu's questionable. He's cleared to join the team, but he hasn't practiced. I don't think he's going to play. Solomon Hill out. So Trae Young's price definitely up there. Slow Orlando team. Not sure if I'd like that. Capella and John Collins are priced about right. Huerter's priced about right now. I think Cam Reddish is the only one with upside here. He's playing a good amount of minutes. He just got pushed off that minute restriction. He had like 20-some fantasy points last game. I do like him at this 3.8 price. If Cabarrot still starts, he's not bad as a punt, but I'd probably go Reddish just because of the talent. And yeah, on the Orlando side, Jalen Suggs out, Markelle Fultz out, Michael Carter Williams out, Etwan Moore, Jonathan Isaac out, the same people that have been out. I do like Mo Bamba here. I think he had an injury last game. Didn't play a lot. 12 minutes last game. Left the game. But he practiced in full. He's probably fine. 6.4K against this Atlanta team who usually runs two bigs as well. So both Wendell and Mo Bamba are going to be needed today. I think Mo Bamba is the cheaper one. The one with as much upside as Wendell sometimes. So I'd go there for him. Or I'd go him here. At 6.4K, like his upside. Terrence Ross at 4.1K. He's playing a ton of minutes now. He's shooting the ball a lot more. Gary Harris is starting and still playing a good amount of minutes as well, but his production's been a little inconsistent before that past game. So those are the guys I'm looking at on this team. Cole Anthony, he's great at 8.4. He has upside here. We've seen him drop 50 bombs in spots like this, but the only thing is this game going to be a slow-paced game? Atlanta is one of the worst defenses, or at least was one of the worst defenses in the past, and he actually has a pretty high floor. So I don't hate him in this matchup. I'm going to check out the rest of the slate, see if there are any other studs to pay up for. I guess we can start here. Jimmy Butler out for Miami. Miami at Philly tomorrow. Jimmy Butler out. Bam Adebayo out. Tyler Hero is questionable. Excuse me. Victor Oladipo out. Caleb Martin out. Markieff Morris still out. So this game really depends on Tyler Hero news. Sorry, guys. We were speaking about Tyler Hero before I had to cut it because I was going to cough up a storm if I didn't. So we're going to pick it up here. Tyler Hero, like I said, if he's out tomorrow, a ton of people get bumps, mainly Gabe Vincent. Duncan Robinson's probably going to play 35-plus minutes, or either him or, Strus. But I think Gabe Vincent's minutes would be solidified if Tyler Hero was out. Duncan Robinson sees solidified minutes. Max Strus sees a bump up in minutes. KZ Okpala bump up in minutes. And those are the guys going to be playing around. Of course, Kyle Lowry does get one as well. But 8.1K for him is a little pricey. This Philly matchup isn't so great for him. It's not like a Charlotte or a Sacramento or something like that where you can attack it so hard. But he's going to get a bump as well. PJ Tucker had a ceiling game last game, 5.3K. His floor is like around 20 right now. If you want to go there, I probably will not, I think. On the Philly side, Joel Embiid is questionable. That's huge news. Seth Curry, I believe, is questionable as well. Also huge news. Seth and Joel Embiid ended up sitting last game. That makes Lowry definitely in play. But 8.1K, you want to make sure Tyler Hero's out first, I believe. So, like I said, Joel Embiid questionable, Seth Curry questionable. If they both sit, you want Andre Drummond. Is always popular without Embiid. Only 20 minutes though. Don't like that too much. But they did get, I think, blown out. Yeah, they got pooped on. So Andre Drummond, Maxey gets a huge bump as well. Tobias Harris gets a bump, of course. Korkmaz is the guy who starts. I like him if Seth Curry were to miss again. And then that's mainly who I'm looking at from the Philly side if that injury news breaks. But we'll get it before lock, seeing that the game is one of the first games of this slate. Lakers, oh man. The Lakers situation is definitely interesting. So Malik Monk got on the plane, and I guess they had a inconsistent test or a false negative, and then they took the PCR test, of course, before you hop on the plane, and it was a positive. So I guess they took him back, or they found a flight for him back after he arrived with the team, because they kept Dwight Howard and Talen Horton-Tucker at where they were. I think they were in LA or something like that. They didn't allow them to fly because they got a positive test, I guess. So now Lakers are down Malik Monk, Horton-Tucker, Dwight Howard. AD is questionable. LeBron is probable. Trevor Ariza out, and then yeah, Kendrick Nunn is still out. So with this news, Avery Bradley probably gonna play a ton of minutes tomorrow. Carmelo Anthony, I would expect a ton of minutes tomorrow. Austin Reeves will get a bump up to 20 minutes, I assume. Wayne Ellington will see 20s again, or 20s as well. But yeah, Carmelo and Avery Bradley will see, I think, 30 minutes at least tomorrow. Um, the way that they've been playing their rotation. And I mean, if AD sits, then you're going to see a ton more of them. So we're going to get this news again, probably before the slate locks. AD's probably going to be a GTD. It's just going to be something to look for. We'll break it down in the premium channel, so hop in there. And if you have questions, of course, the regular free channel. I'm always looking at that too. On the Dallas side, Luka Doncic out, Willie Cauley-Stein out, and Sterling Brown questionable. So Porzingis, not that great of a matchup here if AD were to play, but he still has a chance to get to his around floor of 35 to 40 here. Upside, yeah, I'm not saying it's not possible, but Lakers aren't so bad inside anymore as they used to be. 8.6K, not so bad. Jalen Brunson, 6.7. I do like that. Lakers have turned on the defense a little bit the last couple games, but they're still not great. They rotate slow. I like Jalen Brunson, 6.7K. Dorian Finney-Smith, 4.8, not bad. And then probably nowhere else here. Indiana at Milwaukee. So, oh man, these slates are getting so whack with these health protocols. Over here we got Justin Holiday. I think he's questionable. TJ McConnell out, TJ Warren out. So Sabonis 9.5K. Good. He's kind of pricey, not gonna lie. This Milwaukee team will be down some size though. So 9.5K, not out of the question. Brogdon 7.7, not so bad. Duarte at 4.8K. His price keeps going up even though he's sucking. Not sure why, DK, but you're enticing me to play him here because you raised him for no reason. So 4.8K against a terrible, terrible defending wing shooting team. I could see that. GPPs for sure. Brissett has been getting a good amount of minutes. Definitely worth a punt there. Moving on to the Milwaukee side, we have Giannis out, Brook Lopez out, Dante DiVincenzo out, DeMarcus Cousins out, Semi Ojeleye out, Wes Matthews out, and Chris Middleton questionable. So, with Chris Middleton questionable, if he sits, you'll see a ton of Bobby Portis, a ton of Drew Holiday, a ton of Pat Connaughton. Grayson Allen is in play tomorrow. Besides that, I won't go to anywhere else probably. But those guys are going to be my main guys if Chris Middleton sits. And you're definitely going to want some of those guys. So moving on to the game I can't see. Pelicans at OKC. Oh, this is going to be a good game to attack. Brandon Ingram, 9.2K. Damn, son. Zion Williamson out. Kira Lewis Jr. out. And then these two guys who don't even crack rotation are out. Devontae Graham, 5.4K. I keep trying to get it, but he's just not doing it, man. I'm probably going to avoid him here. I kept basically having burned by Devontae Graham so many times. I'm going to stay away. I'm staying away for sure. Josh Hart at 6.3K, not bad, but that's where he's supposed to be priced at. Jonas Valanciunas against the worst rebounding team in the league, I think. Not so bad. I do like his rebounds over. We'll see what it is tomorrow. Brandon Ingram at 9.2K. Definitely getting a little pricey. Can get there if the game stays uber close and everything, but that price is pretty steep. And over here, damn, Shea's at 8.8K because Lou Dort is out. With Lou Dort being out, you're going to see a bump up to Shea, Josh Giddey, Darius Bazley, and this is just a good game in general because both teams are basically bad. OKC's at home. They play better at home. And it should be a fast-paced, low defense game, in my opinion. So I'm liking Bazley at 4.6K. Has been kind of emerging from his terrible, terrible little stretch of barely scoring and barely doing anything on the floor. Josh Giddey, 6.7K. Going to see more usage without Lou and Shea as well, but Shea's pricey. Moving on. Charlotte at San Antonio. So LaMelo Ball will be out for Charlotte. Ish Smith is still going to be out. I believe they're working their way in. Conditioning wise, I think Mason Plum is questionable though, so he could play. But if Mason doesn't, then PJ Washington should still see good minutes. I don't think he's going to produce a ton now just because of Terry Rozier being back and Cody Martin being back as well. So, with that being said, all these guys are pretty pricey. I'm probably not going to touch any of these guys. San Antonio has been a decent defensive team. They play with high pace, but they're decently defensive. And these guys are basically priced right. So, I just don't see the upside here. I don't see them hitting 50 fantasy points, hitting 45. Some maybe one or two can hit 40, but like I said, no upside for me here. But on this side, I do like Charlotte plays with one of the fastest paces in the game. Not a ton of defense going on over there right now. So Poeltl, you're in play. Derek White's in play. DeJounte is in for a ceiling game if you believe it. But of course, you have all these dudes that require usage, right? Like Derek White, Poeltl. These guys all are usage guys as well. So I don't believe that DeJounte will go for 60 here, but he could go for 50 again, which isn't so bad. Cullen Johnson, decent play. Besides that, Devin Vassell has a chance to go off tomorrow. In a good spot for sure. Yeah, that's it. That's basically it for me here. But I do like those guys as mid-range price targets. Minnesota at Denver, next game on the slate. On the Minnesota side, D'Angelo Russell is questionable. I believe he did play last game, so it's interesting to see him questionable. If he sits out, honestly, I don't like this team at all. This team sucks without D'Lo. They struggle to keep the game close, so that's my take on it. And if he plays, then I do like Anthony Edwards a little bit. And that's it, really. This game's a little tough. On the Denver side, Jamal Murray out, Michael Porter Jr. out, JaMychal Green out, Dozier out. Austin Rivers is questionable. I believe Aaron Gordon and Will Barton are probable. So I don't think I'd attack anyone or I'd choose anyone here on this slate. Too big of a slate to target these kind of guys. Jokic may be in play, depending on how much value opens up tomorrow. But as of now, none of these guys are in play for me, besides Jokic. Washington at Sacramento, finally a game where Bradley Beal can maybe score. So we have Thomas Bryant out, Rui Hachimura out. Kyle Kuzma is questionable. We'll see if he plays tomorrow. If he doesn't, I missed Davis Bertans by one game, bro. I played him the first game where Kyle was out. Missed him. Didn't play him last slate, and he goes for 33.8 DK points. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things too early, but if Kuzma misses again, good matchup for both Avdija and Bertans. I'll go with Bertans, and you guys should go with Avdija because now I'm going Bertans. So that's how it's going to work. I would definitely check that out if Kuzma is sitting out tomorrow. I do like Bradley Beal if Kuzma were to sit again. Besides that, maybe some Daniel Gafford. Maybe. Harrell sets up for a good GPP play tomorrow. On the other side, I believe Rashawn Holmes is doubtful, so I don't believe he's going to play. Bumps up Marvin Bagley, who's now at 4.5K. Buddy Hield's at 5.2 still, not so bad of a price. He's been seeing a good bit more run, and he definitely chucks when he's on the floor. So there's that. Tyrese Halliburton down to 6K again. Not that great of a matchup for him. Slow pace game. It's more of a bump up for Washington pace wise. So I'd target those guys over there. But it's not a bad game. I don't know if I would hit any of these highly priced guys though. That's just my take on it. Going to the next game, Clippers at Utah. Here we go here. Paul George, I believe, is doubtful. Oh, he's questionable. Nice. He has a chance to play. Batum is questionable as well. Serge Ibaka is now out, along with Jason Preston and Kawhi Leonard. If Paul George were to sit, which is the big news from this game, bump up to, damn, this is a tough matchup. Bump up to Terrence Mann, bump up to Luke Kennard, Morris, Jackson. All these main guys get a bump just because of George's usage rate. But it's a Utah matchup here. I probably won't go here, to be honest. I'm probably going to stay away. Moving on to the Utah side, Jared Butler out, and then these guys don't even crack rotation. This might seem weird, but I like. I probably won't play him. Maybe have him in a few lineups. Whiteside, Gay. That was not right. Whiteside and Rudy Gay are definitely in play tomorrow for me. Just as punt GPP plays, in case the value is scarce. I don't believe it will, but these guys are definitely worth punts. They'll be super low owned. This game could blow out easily if Paul George were to miss, of course. And Rudy Gay usually does well in a blowout. Hassan Whiteside has only done me good this season when I play him. So, not liking too much here, to be honest. But if Paul George plays, the game definitely stays a little bit more competitive. You can look at Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Besides that, I probably wouldn't touch anyone else. Memphis at Portland rounds it out last game of the day for the slate. Portland's playing a back-to-back, but at home, unfortunately. John Morant out, Brandon Clark out, Zaire Williams out. These guys don't crack rotation. So, Jaren Jackson's in. That's nice. 7.2K, not so bad here. I like that price. Dylan Brooks, 6.4K. I don't think Brooks and Bane both go off at the same time. So if you were to choose, you would have to choose one. But I would go Bane here, I think. I think I would go Bane here. Whatchamacallit. So now with Brandon Clark being out, it just gives Steven Adams more secure minutes just a little bit. But of course, they could always run Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 5 against Nurkic, and Nurkic sometimes doesn't even play the end. So we could see that happen tomorrow, to be honest. Jaren Jackson at the 5, and we'll see someone like Larry Nance at the 5 for Portland. So be wary of that if you're thinking about using anyone else or any of the big men from this game. On this side, CJ's out for a while. Cody Zeller's out as well. So Damian Lillard, 9.9K. Great game tonight. His price went up a good bit, though. I don't know if I'd go here, to be honest. He could have a bigger explosive game, but it is the second end of a back-to-back. Memphis has been looking pretty well, or pretty good at least, recently without Ja, and it's crazy because you wouldn't think that, but that's how it is. Damian Lillard, 9.9K, pretty pricey. Nurkic, 7.8K, not so bad, just very GPP. You want to make sure he closes the damn game out. People I'm targeting are Larry Nance at 4.6K. Continues to start, continues to see good minutes. Robert Covington worth a punt. He's playing well, at least better off the bench than he is starting. So I do like Larry Nance, and I do like Covington here. And yeah, that rounds out this slate. But before I go, I want to give you guys a recap on how yesterday did. So this is the projection portal. Before, of course, the Harden and KD news broke, I think the Harden news was updated here, but didn't have enough time to basically update a lot of things. So based off of it, it was still pretty decent. Derrick Rose, very nice. Claxton, very nice. Poole did decent. Boucher did decent. Siakam did pretty decent. Covington did well. Chris Paul did very well. DeAndre Ayton did very well. Julius Randle hit value. Larry Nance did very well. Alec Burks barely missed. Jay Crowder missed a little bit. Cam Thomas was one of the heartbreakers of the night. So you see here James Harden. So it wasn't even updated with it, and we still had Claxton up there like that. So yeah, I mean, these things aren't wrong, guys. Use the tools as much as you can. I don't know what else more to say. Like I just showed you it. So 2 days in a row, pretty nice. With that being said, rounds out this NBA DFS DraftKings Picks video for December 15th, 2021. I appreciate you guys all for watching. If this is your first time, please like the video, please subscribe, and check out the links down below. Have yourselves a good day. Good luck in your contest tomorrow. And I'm out. It's your boy, Tristan, Shirachi DFS. You're